What's going on YouTube? My name is Matt Wacek. Welcome to my channel. If you're brand new here, I'm a 26-year-old digital marketing entrepreneur, documenting my journey of building my businesses, showing you the inner workings of how to get clients for digital marketing companies as well as e-commerce stores, and going into doing the actual work of fulfilling the work for the clients like paid traffic management, SEO, those types of services, building out stores, all that type of cool stuff, and showing you the day-to-day life of an internet-based business owner. So if you like videos like that and want to stay up to date on my journey and see all the newest content as it comes out every day, be sure to go down below and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that way you know when all the videos are uploaded here onto the channel. So today is going to be a little bit of a math lesson, at least it was for me. When we get into my computer here in a second, I'll show you what I mean by that. But this video is kind of near and dear to my heart in a way. I guess I don't really know how to describe it. But basically, a year ago today, I posted up a similar video to this, but I didn't go anywhere near as in depth. I just said I wanted to hit 25,000 recurring with my marketing agency. Didn't even come close to it. Kept getting distracted by entrepreneurship and trying to build that with just no capital to put towards it. And then basically it led to it fizzling out. And that was the end of it. So now that I actually know what I'm doing when it comes to marketing a business online and creating products and selling services and all the type of cool stuff, and as well as building a personal brand, at least that's what I'm trying to do here anyways. I'm not a personal branding expert yet, but I actually have put everything down into basically put a pen to paper, so to speak, with numbers, so that way I know how much I need to actually make so I can hit my goals and buy the things I want to buy, do the things that I want to do over the course of the next year. So, and thinking back, that just makes me so mad that I posted that video and then I didn't follow through with my goals. And then here I am basically at the same spot as I was a year ago, and it makes me so incredibly frustrated as an entrepreneur because I basically hardwired myself to always be striving to drive forward and increase sales every single month and increase my income every single month. And if I'm not doing that, I just am not happy. So that's just kind of how it is. It's just the way I've been wired as an entrepreneur, and basically I'm going to be like that until I build a business that can be sold for tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in the future. So anyway, let's hop into my computer. I'm going to break down the goals of what I want to kind of purchase, what I want to do. I'll try to keep that as brief as possible, but basically just show you kind of what's in my head when I wake up every single day, and that's what gets me out of bed, so that way I can go do these things and have these things, and then show you how I plan to acquire the money to purchase said things and the profit margin I'm kind of anticipating with my businesses and all that type of cool stuff. So let's hop into it. So welcome into my computer. This totally looks like a mess, and yes, it is a new day. I filmed this yesterday and it was way too long, like 30 minutes of this, and it was just way too much talking, and I realized that no one's going to be able to want to watch this. So I want to keep this as brief as possible, keep it in depth as far as the knowledge and content goes, but I don't want it to be 30 minutes long because that's just way too much. So what I want this to be is to give you some actionable advice of how you can really just set your goals with what the things that you want or what you want to do, whether it's travel the world, buy a Lamborghini, whatever it is, and then you can basically piece together how much it's going to cost, and you can figure out then, okay, I got to make this much, and then I got to tack on X amount to have a safety net and be able to reinvest more into new projects and new businesses, and then you also tack on how much you expect, if that total there, then you have to figure out how much more in taxes you end up paying, and then you figure, okay, that's what my net personal income needs to be pre-tax. Then you have that number, and you figure out, okay, if we're profiting this much off the business, then we need to make X gross in the business after all costs and all that type of stuff. So we will break all this down here in a second, but what I want to do first is kind of just lay out some of the purchases that I want to make. One, because I want to hold myself accountable that I actually make this happen, and two, to explain kind of how my thought process is with all this, and really just lay out things I want to do. Probably some of these things that I want to do, and the reason being why I want to do it, it'll make some people mad, but hey, that's just how it is. You can't please everybody. I'm sure that's the reason that there are people out there that get mad when they see a Ferrari, because usually that's a jealousy thing, and people are jealous because had they done the work, they could have that life, and they're looking at the guy in the expensive whatever, and they're mad and they're mad at themselves. In reality, that's where haters come from on YouTube is that, and they don't have a voice anywhere, so they just put it in YouTube or Instagram comments. So anyway, first things first, get rid of some debt, about 20,000 bucks that I have, and basically, some people might think that's astronomical. I don't think it's that big of a deal, because literally I see people that spend 20,000 bucks a day on advertising for their business for like a software company, and then that turns into 50 grand that very same day in sales. So on the front end, they literally just profited and eliminated that. And I know that those type of days are absolutely possible with what I know when it comes to running traffic. In the future, the only thing holding me back is having the capital to be able to get at that level. So that's what I'm working on for the future. It'll be happening later in 2018, if not even in the midway part of the year. But also moving into a new house, I estimate like $3,000 a month for rent for a decent house. It's not going to be a mansion or anything like that, but somewhere in the country that has space for, like, I plan on buying a truck and that doesn't fit in a tiny apartment, underground parking, and I want to have dirt bikes and not to ride at the property, because for that I need lots and lots of land, but also be able to park my own fifth wheel toy hauler that's 45 feet long at my house, because I don't want to park it at a storage lot. So then also some of the stuff that just comes into play with getting into a house, like a 4K TV would be sweet, Xbox One with some games and the new motocross games that come out, furniture, those types of things. Then get a laptop and an iPad Pro with a data service, so that way when I'm at the motocross tracks, which are all in rural areas, I can get signal and have Wi-Fi tethered. Then I can be uploading videos here on YouTube, I can be talking with clients, I can check on my stores, I can check on my ads, all that type of stuff right from the motocross track. Because some of the events that I want to go to are, one, in the middle of nowhere, and two, they're 6 days long, so I want to be able to have access to all that stuff. So like example, the Millville Motocross Pro Nationals, which is in July, about $1,500 for that whole week. Events with the racing and getting in and camping and renting a golf cart, all that type of stuff. I want to be able to work while I am there, at least for part of the day of each day, and just check on things, make sure they're all going smoothly. So that kind of leads into lifestyle goals, which I'm going to try to keep as brief as possible, but get into amazing shape, so that way spending all this money on racing motocross, I want to be able to go out and ride and race really hard and actually have endurance to have the stamina to make it through each race. So that's one thing, and that's one thing I'm going to have to be really, really strict with myself with, working a crap ton and making sure I actually take it seriously and get the right sleep, nutrition, diet, all that stuff, and also put forth effort in the gym, which usually isn't an issue. But then the other thing, which is something that's I've kind of struggled with the past couple of years, is see everything I start to its full potential and to fruition. So Shopify store needs to become profitable and make a good chunk of money, and I'm not just going to give up and let it fail, because to me failing is when you basically just stop doing something. So same thing with marketing services, and same thing with getting in shape. Basically see it through its full potential, because then I actually feel fulfilled that I accomplished that goal. So then some other things are just more motocross riding with my friends, going out and practicing on practice tracks, traveling to Michigan in October for the basically Olympics of motocross. That's a big thing for me, because I want to be able to go to that event. That's literally like a once-in-a-lifetime event that it's going to happen there, because that event travels throughout the world to Europe and wherever else. Then literally the following weekend, travel to Vegas for another very, very important motocross race to watch the pros race for $1 million. And then some of the other big purchases, actually I'll just show them to you right here. So first things first that I plan to buy, this is hopefully by my birthday, which is a new truck. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see, and I will put a handle, it's at Wacek614 on Instagram, where you can see the truck that I owned before, which was a little bit older version of this truck right here. It was a white one, 2011 Ford Super Duty Lariat. And when 2015, when they came out with this body style, they had a concept I fell in love, had to absolutely have it. Then they also upped to the tow limit, so the next thing that I plan to buy, and I'll show that here in a second, I can actually tow it with this truck. If any model older, I would have to get a dually, which is just kind of ugly in my opinion, and they're very, very impractical for daily driving and parking at the grocery store and wherever else. They're literally built to just tow, and then that's it. So this truck, I don't know, it has to be, though, this color for sure, and this body style crew cab long box has to have these rims on it, which are from the factory. And for the interior, it has to be it's a Lariat, so it's going to have the leather navigation, the dual pane sunroof, which covers the front and back seat, and a few of the other kind of add-ons in there. But I figure it's about 65 grand. I will probably expect to pay probably about 15 down. We'll see how that goes, but about $1,400 a month between payment and ownership costs with maintenance, fuel, insurance, that type of stuff. So next thing though is, if I can get a good picture here, a Momentum, sorry, just trying to click through here, a 2018 Grand Design RV. They're model of a Momentum 381 fifth wheel toy hauler. So if you don't know what a toy hauler is basically it's a camper with your living quarters in one spot, and then in the back you have a garage where you can keep you put dirt bikes and you can haul it to the track or wherever you want to go. You can do the same thing with UTVs or ATVs. So my goal with this, in this specific model, 15-foot garage, I can have my friends come with, they can bring their bikes, or family can come with, bring their dirt bikes, and I can get a golf cart and haul it in there along with the bikes and have plenty of room. And the other thing with this is you can keep these inside overnight, and you can also have the beds that retract in the back. And then of course I got the master suite up front, 2 bathrooms, and it's well, retail is almost 100 grand, but they're about 75,000 is what people are getting them off the lot for. So massive camper. It weighs like 15,000 pounds, and any older version of this truck or any other brand cannot tow it. Literally the only one that can is this one, unless it's a dually, legally that is. So as you can see though, the interior is really luxurious. If I can pull up, and the reason I go so specific is like, for me, I need to just visualize it. And of course I don't want to look back from December 23rd next year and see that I don't own these things. So as you can see though, like the interior is as nice as any luxury house that's being built right now. So yeah, that's kind of that. Super nice, super just luxurious, and something I've been wanting since I was a little kid. So basically a massive toy hauler so I can travel the country, race motocross, go to Texas and go race down there, or go to Florida when it gets cold up here and go race and do all that crazy cool stuff. So then by my birthday also is purchasing 2 new dirt bikes. One is a Husqvarna brand, most likely 254 stroke, which is this bike right here. If you don't know what motocross is, that's it right there, riding a dirt bike on a dirt bike track. Absolutely most fun in the world, most physically demanding sport on the planet, and it's more fun than anything else on the entire planet. There's nothing more fun than racing motocross. So then also another bike that I want is the 125 2-stroke, which is half the displacement of the 4-stroke, similar power output. Just the way that the engine works is about as in depth I'll go with that, but they're super fun to ride, super nimble. So that's that. And then for a house, I basically around $3,000 a month is what my budget is going to be. Then by September, my goal is to be able to purchase a Lamborghini Gallardo. It has to be orange, has to be a Spider, has to be manual. If I don't want to buy the E-Gear because at that point I might as well just have a Huracan. They're faster, they're more daily driver friendly, and they're just overall a better driving experience. But the first exotic I kind of laid my eyes on with the whole getting into internet marketing back in 2015 was a Gallardo. It was Peter Beattie's that he bought on his documentary video. So I want it to be a Gallardo. I might probably just keep it for a few months and then upgrade. We'll see how things go with business and all that type of stuff. So anyways, enough talking about the stuff that I want and all the trips and whatnot. It's all really important to visualize these things, but without the work and all that type of stuff, it is really pointless because you're not going to get anywhere if you don't figure out a way to make the money to it. So anyway, grand total everything is like $200,000, and that's with living a pretty lavish lifestyle. And who knows if I even have to spend this much with the upfront costs and down payments and all that. It could be a lot less. We shall see at the time of purchase. So basically though, before taxes, I'd have to make $332,000 in order to do all these things and do all that. So crazy goal that like I'm not even close to hitting those marks right now. And just looking at this, and I think, oh man, how am I going to do this? I know the first few months are going to be very tough to hit that, but I know that the last half of the year is going to be much more profitable, and just the volume is going to be there as well. So when it comes to the number side of this, first things first, I'm not afraid to admit it. I went and got a job. I actually got 2 jobs. One started today. Earlier today I was there, and then the next one starts in a couple weeks. I estimate I'll probably be working like between 60 to 80 hours a week between the 2. That still gives me plenty of time to be able to get to the gym 3 times a week and get a decent amount of sleep, and also be able to literally just check my ads every single day and check the products with the Shopify store, because that's really all it takes. And I can literally hire everyone else to do the other things when it comes to that point in time. So I figure 10,000, maybe 10,500, that will go to me. I'm going to be spending a lot of that on traffic to do testing for stores as well as getting clients. Then when it comes to getting clients, I would like to profit. And again, 1.5 million, as you can see here, is what the revenue income goal is. Excuse me. But to me, and that'd be a sweet goal, but the real thing is the profit. That's what matters more, because that's really what comes to you, and then obviously you pay taxes on that, and then the rest of it goes to you. But the goal with the marketing agency is hopefully 30-ish grand a month or so is what I aim to go for. 10 clients at $3,000 a piece. Then e-commerce stores, if we can hit $500,000, that'd be sweet. And if the margin's at 30%, 150,000 on the year, not bad at all. And hopefully automating as much of that as possible with print on demand and the fulfillment with using Oberlo and other apps like that. So then this is where things could get controversial, and someone would be like, oh, you're putting out a course before you even get any success. And here's the thing with that. I'm building a personal brand. I plan to help people with a course for not only the marketing agency, but also doing Shopify. But I'm not going to be doing that until I hit success here with the business that I'm actually doing it. I'm not going to be the guy that makes no money from it, but he's teaching how to do it. That's just, I wouldn't feel ethical doing it. So I'm not going to offer a course unless I'm actually actively making money doing it. So first, say the first 50,000 in sales, I estimate would probably come from the YouTube channel here just organically, and then take it to paid traffic and up the price. Hopefully we can get a 2x ROI. And on ad spend, so it'd be about 100,000 profit, 150-ish profit between each course. Then doing affiliate offers and recommending softwares for like the email marketing services and paid traffic services, those types of things. Hopefully we can get about 48 grand out of the year for that. And then as an upsell for the courses, to do a paid Facebook mastermind group, basically about $60 a month or something like that is probably what it'll be for. And I mean, again, we're looking at this, and I feel like this probably should be said, but I'm not looking at this like, okay, I need to make this money and it's all about me. It's value that I plan to produce for the world, or people that purchase it, I should say, or viewers of this channel that view the videos. This is for them, and in exchange for me creating those things, I get the money that comes to me. So that's really what this is all focused on, is me creating things of value, and in exchange for those things of value, I get currency, basically. So if someone says, oh, you're not a good person for making a lot of money, well, chances are, if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing good things and you're helping people with what your products or services are, you're doing way more good for the world than the guy that is working a job that makes $40,000 a year and does nothing with his entire life. He doesn't help anybody do anything. A guy like Grant Cardone helps hundreds of thousands of people every single year with, motivational stuff or whatever that helps people tremendously, or sales training and all that stuff. But then moving on though. So like random consulting, I've had some people ask for me to like look at their ads and stuff on Facebook and whatnot. So I'm just shooting in the dark on that, and maybe $5 grand out of the year for that. We shall see. But then eventually I want to develop software. That probably won't be till next year, probably like October or something. So if we can squeeze out 24,000 in profit, hey, that'd be splendid. We shall see. But then YouTube ad revenue goals, 30 grand or so, which I could certainly see as possible if the channel gets to where I think I can get it to, which would be 15,000 subscribers. That'd be cool. That'd be a big following, big community of people that all are like-minded between marketing and Shopify and all that type of stuff. So that'd be really cool. And of course, daily uploads from here on out. No excuses. If I have something planned, I'm just going to film the day before and upload it and set it to be scheduled. So total grand revenue grand total, cannot talk, 1.5 million. We shall see. And yeah, it's a huge goal. I have no clue. I have a good idea, obviously, how I can hit it, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I'm very much so prepared for it. But again, some of these numbers might be totally skewed. Look at someone like Tanner J. Fox, who made way more money. There's nothing, I'm not saying anything wrong with that at all, because like, look at schools and colleges. There's a reason they make so much freaking money. Education is very valuable, and college is a whole nother schedule. But look at someone like Ty Lopez, or anyone who sells courses. The margin is massive, and the scale and the ability to scale is huge. You can scale a course that you're selling and information, which still helps people. I don't understand why people get so mad at the fact of courses, but you can scale a course, and you can make $50,000 in a day with it being one person that manages the business. So versus to make 50 grand a day with an agency doing marketing services, you'd have to have 10 people working for you or whatever. I don't even know what the number exactly would be, but it's just one of those types of things. It's just the element of scale. That's just how it is. So who knows? These numbers might be a little bit different, but still, I don't ever plan on creating a course for either service, or it might even be a different type of niche. It could be in something else. I have no idea, but this is the two things that are on my mind. I mean, it could be something different, but either way, I don't plan on producing a course unless I know, one, it's going to be good and help people, and two, I actually have some success to back it up, because otherwise it's just one of those things where it's like you're just another coach running an ad on Facebook that people that I get bombarded with in my feed. So anyway, that's that. Estimated margin, we'll see 43% or so 900,000. You can kind of see the numbers here for the monthly, weekly, daily. The big numbers here to aim for, though, because these numbers could be totally different. But like I mentioned over here, with the total for what I would need to take home, 546,000. So daily profit after tax would basically be 1,500 or 2,500 with taxes applied to it. And then I have some post-tax cash balance goals by the end of June. Hopefully, I have 50,000 saved. Basically, what I want that to be is like a safety net, so I don't have to have any stress, because I've been at some points in recent times where I have no money and you got to pay rent and figure out how to do it within a couple of weeks, and no money's coming in at that very point in time. You got to figure out a way to do it. And I don't want to have that stress, because then things are just not good, and it's really, really, really bad, and also just totally screws up my anxiety that I've kind of self-diagnosed myself with. But it just throws everything out of whack, and that's not good. So then by the end of the year, have 350,000 banked away, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but we shall see, and then be able to invest. I mean, because if some of this chunk here, let me say it's only 300 because I put 50 of it towards developing software or advertising or something, then that'd be perfectly fine. Literally just want to have ideally like 6 months worth of savings when it comes time to actually be buying like the expensive car and the camper and that type of stuff. So then some other just random goals are having 40,000 people on my email list. I'll probably do 2 different lists between marketing agency type of people that are interested in those types of businesses and those types of clients, and then one for e-com as well. So anyway, the last thing is the big goal that I have, which is basically like, I figured this would be just a knockout the park, between $3 to $5 million if I can make that happen. Hey, anything's possible. Tanner Shea Fox did $3 million in an entire year, gained 75,000 subscribers on YouTube within 10 months or something. So I mean, hey, anything is possible. So we shall see what we can hit. Otherwise, I mean, even if I come up short on these numbers here, I would still be just, even if I only took home $250,000, I'd still be very, very, very happy with my results and all that type of stuff. Does it mean I'll be able to get the Lamborghini in September? Depends on how the financing situation goes and all that. But yeah, these are my goals for the year. So in a year from now, on December 23rd, as we head into like the Christmas holiday, if I'm not sitting flush with cash and I have a Lamborghini in my garage and a 2017 or 2018 Power Stroke diesel, 2 dirt bikes, and a camper sitting next to the garage, I'm going to be pretty disappointed in myself. And also a big following of you guys on YouTube with hopefully over 15,000 of you, and an email list of 40,000 and a whole bunch of revenue to back it all up. I'm going to be pretty disappointed. So doing this to lay this all out there so that way I can't look back and I have to basically focus. I have to grind every single day. So it's going to be tough the first few months, I know, with working 2 jobs and then come home at whatever time of day it's going to end up being. I have to get up super early the next day to go work and figure out on my days off how much work I can get done and all that type of jazz. So I'm looking forward to it though, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to a good challenge and making sure I hit and stick to my goal. So again, if you like this kind of content, you want to stay up to date on my journey, especially now that I got this out here and this is just some craziness. It's going to be insane, especially hitting these. And if I'm hitting the numbers I'm hitting and I'm able to go out and race more across and stuff, I'm probably going to do some crazy cool vlogs with that. And of course, if I do get the chance to buy a Lamborghini, whenever it is during the year, I'm going to document that journey as well. Buying the truck also. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go there and follow me right now. I post somewhat kind of often, more so getting into the stories. That's kind of cool. But you can see what I'm driving now. It's a complete piece of crap that I downgraded to from a new truck, and wanted to basically have more money to invest in my business. So that was the reason for that. I kind of forgot to finish that point earlier. But anyways, if you like this kind of content and want to stay up to date on my journey, be sure to go down below and subscribe. Hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and hopefully you do this with your business and lay it out how much you want to make and buy the things that you want to buy, travel, whatever it is you want to do. Hopefully this helps you out. And we'll also, oh yeah, click the bell for notifications so that way you know when all this stuff's uploaded here. But anyways, we'll see you in the next video.